Hey guys. 1979, 1 center Canada 1. Most people see a Canadian penny and think dead currency. After all, Canada stopped making these back in 2012. But if you're sorting through a jar of change and you spot the date 1979, you aren't just looking at 1 cent. You're looking at a piece of 98% pure copper history. Today, we're breaking down the 1979 Canadian 1 center. We'll talk about why its melt value is higher than its face value, how to spot a gem grade coin that could be worth 50 to 100, and the specific mint errors that collectors are hungry for. In the late 70s, the Royal Canadian Mint was still using the good stuff. Compare that to the pennies made toward the end of the run in 2012, which were mostly steel with a thin copper plating. Because of that 98% copper content, the raw metal in a 1979 penny is often worth 2 to 3 times its face value. While it's illegal to melt them down in Canada, investors and copper stackers hoard these coins because they represent a tangible store of value. Let's look at the anatomy of this coin. The obverse. This features the second effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This is the younger Queen portrait, where she is wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This design was used from 1965 all the way to 1989. The reverse, you have the iconic twin maple leaves on a single twig, a design by G. E. Kruger Gray that debuted in 1937. The variety myth. You might hear people talk about large and small beads on some Canadian years. For 1979, the design was fairly standardized, but what you really want to look for is the luster. Because copper oxidizes quickly, a 1979 penny that still looks bright red is already ahead of the pack. If you find one in your pocket, it's likely circulated and brown. In that condition, it's worth its copper value, roughly 2 to 3 cents. But, if you find one that was tucked away in a mint set or an uncirculated roll, the price jumps. Collectors use a color scale. MS63 red, a common uncirculated grade, worth maybe 1 to 5. MS65 red, this is a gem grade. It has very few marks and full original luster. These can sell for 15 to 25. MS66 red and above, this is where it gets serious. At this level, the coin is virtually perfect. These have sold at auction for 60 to over 100 because they are so hard to find without bag marks or spots. Because the mint was pumping out over 750 million of these in 1979, mistakes happened. If you want to find a 1979 penny worth big money, look for these 3 things: clipped planchettes, look for a bite taken out of the edge of the coin. This happens when the sheet of metal isn't fed correctly into the blanking machine. Off-center strikes. If the image is shifted to one side and part of the coin is blank, you've found a winner. A 10% to 20% off-center 1979 penny can fetch 20 to 50. Die cracks. Look for raised lines of metal that shouldn't be there, especially near the Queen's crown or the maple leaf stems. These are common but highly collectible in the Canadian market. So, why should you care about the 1979 penny? Because it's one of the last pure copper pennies before the mint started experimenting with lighter weights and different alloys in the early 80s. It's a survivor of a time when money was made of metal that actually had value. Whether you're a copper hoarder, an error hunter, or someone looking for that perfect MS66 specimen, the 1979 cent is a staple of Canadian numisma. Conclusion. Do you have a jar of old Canadian pennies sitting in your closet? Go grab it, look for the 1979s, and tell me in the comments if you found any that are still red. Would you like me to do a deep dive on the 1980 small portrait variety next? Let me know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep your eyes on the change. Thanks for watching.